Hello, everyone. You're watching Cricket Next. I am Saramya Kaushik, and today I have a very special guest with me. I have former India cricketer Shreevats Goswami, one who has immense experience about IPL, different tournaments, and now he has taken the hat of a commentator. Shri, first of all, so many years of playing cricket and now taking that commentator's hat. How's your experience going on?
Well, thank you, first of all, for inviting me. The experience, I'm still getting used to it, to be very honest. So I'm doing regional commentary in Bangla.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, once a cricketer, always a cricketer, you like to talk about the game and how the game is changing and evolving every season. So yeah, it's nice. I'm getting used to it.
Okay. So, should tell me, you've played for so many IPL franchises, Royal Challengers Bengaluru, Kolkata Knight Riders, then Sunrisers Hyderabad, the last few seasons where you were
Yep.
ha participating in IPL. Which
Yep.
franchise you felt the most comfortable in, or, had your best memories with?
I think best memories would be definitely RCB. Um, in fact, I had good times with all the franchises, but since RCB was my first ever franchise
Yeah,
in the IPL, so I could remember those moments vividly. I also had a very good time with Sunrisers. That was my last franchisee.
yeah,
So yeah, RCB days were different because I was very young back then. I was about
yeah,
18 when I got into RCB, and all of a sudden we didn't know what IPL was. We were not um, used to the T20, the 20 over format, because before that we never played as a domestic cricketer. We never played 20
yeah,
over cricket. So, and then all of a sudden you get into RCB camp, and then you have Rahul Dravid, Kevin Peterson,
yeah.
Anil Kumble, Zahir Khan, Mark Boucher, Jack Collins. I mean, the legends of world cricket. So that was quite surreal and very different. And then once I really got the hang of IPL, and once I grew from a boy to a man, and then when I got into
Yes.
Sunrisers Hyderabad, that was also completely different. I was very matured by then, and had more cricketing sense. So I had a good time at SRH as well. There were Kane Williamson, David Warner,
Yes.
Jason Holder, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. So all in all, I had a good time with each of them, but special memories were with RCB and SRH.
It must have been also special, the first season, 2008, and you got the Emerging Player of the Season award. And I mean, take me through it because, right now we're in 2024. And as we go back to the years, and I'll also come to the record that you made that recently Ankush Raghuvanshi broke. So I'll also talk about that. What was your feeling at that point of time? But take me through it when you got the emerging player and then your seasons began and you went on to make headlines in a few seasons where your shots were discussed or, your style of play was discussed.
To be very honest with you, those days were completely different. No social media, nothing. So whatever
Yeah,
was going around me, like I wasn't like so much deep into it. It's only when after you finish IPL and you play a few years, then people
yeah.
tell you about the records, then it hits you, right? So I think those days were actually good as well, because you didn't have too much of attention. And like I said, I didn't play a lot of games, to be honest. In the first season, I think I played 6 games, out of which I only batted 3 times, and I did pretty well. And I scored a 50 on my debut. So, and not many under 19 players were
Yeah.
playing all the games except Virat and Jadeja, I think. So, and I got the award, and then I thought, okay, maybe this is start of something new. Um, so, but that didn't really happen, honestly.
Mm.
But then again, I mean, there's a record which was there, but now when I look back at, I don't, to be very honest with you, I don't feel anything. When Angrish Raghuvan, she broke the record, I didn't know I was the first one. So
Oh, okay.
that was reminded to me during commentary. So I was like, okay. So, but I'm also somebody who don't like go overboard with the emotions and feelings that,
Mhm.
oh, I did this, I did that. So it's okay. I mean, records are meant to be broken. Somebody will break Raghuvanshi's record as well later on. So
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, yeah, I'm quite surprised that you were knowing about it because, the moment Ankuresh made that record and all the commentators and everywhere it was highlighted in bold that he has broken Shreevats
Yeah.
Goswami's record. Well, I think that's how life also works and cricket also works. That,
I was
you.
actually, I was actually, I was actually on a break that time and I went home. So I wasn't
Oh,
doing
okay.
commentary.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, some great years in IPL. Let's
Hmm.
shift our focus to IPL 2024 now. You spent
Yeah.
quite a long time with Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Now,
Mhm.
it's called Bengaluru. Now,
Yeah.
talking about RCB, this year they're at the bottom of position. Nothing's going their way. What do you think is missing in
Yeah.
RCB?
I think a lot of people are saying they're going wrong in the auction or their team strategies
Yeah.
are not right. Or I think very differently. Look, I think right now they're not used to winning. RCB doesn't
Okay.
have the template to win. Like if you see Indian international cricket, Australia, right? They have the
Yeah.
hunger to win.
Yeah.
They know what works for them. Doesn't matter whoever plays. I mean, Travis Head comes in and scores 100 in India
Yeah.
out of in a
Yeah.
foreign country. So sometimes you need that habit to win as well, which
Yeah.
RCB right now doesn't have. So they're trying to find out what works for them, what doesn't work for
Mm,
them, and then
mm,
I think ultimately it boils down to the player. No matter which news channel you're working, it has to be you, right, who has to take out the best in yourself.
yeah.
So a lot of people are saying they're going wrong in the auction, and then sometimes people just take one theory and then just go towards it, right? So I don't think they went wrong in the auction or the players are bad. They have some really good players. Mohammad Siraj was one of the best player, best bowler in the World Cup. They have Virat Kohli
Mm,
and they have Fab du Plessis. So they have Glenn Maxwell who scored 100 in one leg in World Cup
mm,
in one of the match, if you
mm.
remember. So I don't think the players are the issue. I think just they don't haven't got that habit of winning, which they need to
Okay.
find out playing a lot of practice games maybe.
Mhm. But Shri, if you look at RCB, at times if you look at their matches now, don't you think there is a lot of pressure on Virat Kohli alone? He is the highest run scorer for them, and not only for them in this IPL. He has the orange cap with him, and if you see Virat Kohli, he plays anchor role for the team. He plays that power
Mhm.
hitter role for the team. He comes and opens for the team, and at the end of the day, it seems that it's just Virat Kohli because even if you see Faf in a few matches, he has got that start, but he hasn't capitalized on
Mhm.
that start. And if you see Maxwell, Cam Green, they have been firing in for RCB. So don't you think one person is dealing with a lot of things in that team?
That's true. I mean, it's not just this season. I mean, every season Virat has taken the responsibility in his shoulders. And the thing about Virat is he enjoys
Hmm.
pressure. His performance comes under pressure. I
Yeah,
think that has to be rubbed into other players as well. I
yeah,
mean, Cameron Green for Mumbai Indians was a different player altogether. Now
right.
he's come to RCB and he's been fluctuated up and down the order. Maybe he's not getting the chance to settle down and perform. But Maxwell as well, with last season he had a great
Yeah,
run for RCB, and I think it's the domestic player who has to come front and um, take the pressure or take the responsibility as well because it's IPL, right? You see other
yeah.
domestic players in other teams, for example, Riyan Parag
Hmm. Right.
for our Rajasthan Royals. You see Mayank Yadav, how well he's doing.
Yeah,
You see Abhishek Sharma for
yeah,
SRH. So you cannot think about RCB and take one player's name in domestic as
yeah.
like, oh wow, that player is doing well, right? So
Hmm.
you need to Rajat Patidar as well. He started well and then he's on and off. So I think the
Yeah,
Indian guys needs to take more responsibility because ultimately it's the Indian Premier League. We want our players to come forward
yeah,
and score big runs.
yeah. Well, we'll see what will happen with RCB this season because more or less their season is pretty much over because of the kind of performances
Yeah.
that they have given. So it's more
Mhm.
about the other teams now. Now, with the other teams, Shri, which team do you think is performing extraordinarily well? Now, I know there must be a clear choice in picking up Sunrisers Hyderabad with the, I think out of the world records that they're creating, but still, any personal favorite team that you think is doing exceptionally well?
After all the teams played couple of games, I picked my four
Okay.
for to qualify, and SRH wasn't there. So my teams were
Okay.
Rajasthan Royals, KKR, CSK, and who else? LSG. So
Okay.
these were my four contenders, but SRH is doing exceedingly well. And today they're playing RCB. We are talking about RCB. So, I
Yeah.
mean, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine out of so it will be again a tough game for RCB. I think SRH is a huge chance this season only because I'm telling you it's an Australian captain. Pat Cummins has won the World Cup for Australia in India, and Australian, like I said before, they have it in them to win
Yeah.
championship. It's in their blood to win
Right.
championship. I think IPL should, if there is no Indian captain, IPL should always teams should always go for an Australian captain because they know how to win. So
Yeah.
Pat Cummins, SRH captain, you see that he's just changed the fortune of Sunrisers this season. So and Rajasthan Royals as well. I mean,
Yeah.
every year they really start well, and in the middle they go a bit thanda. But this season, this is the middle time of the IPL, so
Yeah.
it's very important for them to carry their momentum. But I still feel it's going to be CSK. I don't know why. I just feel because they also know how to win, so could be anyone now.
Big man is still there in the team, so can't say much. Although the captain's hat is with someone else, but there is one person in that team
Exactly.
who can change the game anytime. Well, yeah, I think as we touched upon Sunrisers Hyderabad's topic, the last time SRH met RCB, they created the highest total record, 287. This time, do
Mhm.
you think it's gonna be 300 पार वो आपने आजकल नरेटिव सुना होगा
Oh.
300 पार का so in IPL are we looking at that?
इस बार 400 पार. I'm hearing, listening, seeing all these memes. It could very well be. I mean, SRH against RCB, so the bowlers will be again under pressure. If SRH bats first, then anything can happen. So
Mhm.
the thing with RCB, what RCB did wrong last game, I think they should have chose to bat first instead of bowling. I think
Absolutely, yeah.
they half won the toss as well, and they chose to give SRH to bat. So I think you cannot let SRH bat first in this season. They have a very strong team. Even if openers get out, they have Markram. Glenn Phillips is still not playing, and he's one
Exactly.
of the most
Yeah.
destructive player in the middle order. We have seen that in World Cricket. He plays for New Zealand. He's
Right.
not got a game yet,
Yeah.
and this Klaasen is there. Obviously, their batting is still Pat Cummings, so anything can happen. I won't be surprised if they cross 300 today.